them, and I think on a good day they're both capable of beating anybody in this qualifier. So I'm going to go with Preezy and Virtus.pro, actually. So there we go. That's my prediction. Let's see if VP can even survive their opening game.
Preezy is very much a bold pick, and you know what? I'm here for it. I respect it. I'm here for Ancient. It's a decider between VP and Bait. Winner, of course, continues along the upper bracket. Loser goes to that lower bracket. Let's see how it all pans out. VP have lost 1 in 9 on this map. It's another great home for them. Can Bait do anything about it?
Lots of utility at the disposal of Virtus.pro right now. 2 smoke grenades, 2 flashes, and an HE as they start to shift in towards that A bomb site. James, is it Jame? No, it's not Jame. Don't even know who it is in towards middle. It is Jame with the 1 to his name. He's number 7 on the HUD, number 1 on the minimap. Tough to connect the dots either way. He's gotten a lot of space and information in towards the middle. A lot of control been afforded to him. Bait are just stacked up on that B bomb site right now. And Virtus.pro, they're going to waltz into a completely vacant A site.
Often can be the case that A is the site that is heavily retaken, I guess you could say. Left alone as a CT, especially in gun rounds. But this is going to be super, super difficult in a pistol round. We have got that kit on Captain Kurtka, but Jame and Fame standing tall once again. Nice shot from Wrinkle. That'll actually force Fame back away to play a bit more defensive. Can Captain Kurtka get this smoke on the bomb? Fame will leap away, playing it super defensively, but with owner being removed, Captain Kurtka just going to have to leap his way onto this defuse, I think. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to hold it, but a nade to break open the smoke is absolutely perfect. That is the one problem with that play these days. Wrinkle hits some lovely taps on the exit. It's another pistol in this game where Wrinkle gets a quad kill, by the way. But this time he's not on the winning side.
T-side pistols have been very successful so far in the series. I think 4 of the 5 pistol rounds we've had so far have gone the way of the T-side, and VP doing really well in that round with all the space afforded to them. I love that they had the HE grenade late into the post plant as well, so there wasn't any, monkey business there with the defuse being stuck in the smoke. Nade to come through means it's easy to get the frag on Captain Kurtka, not only because of the damage it's inflicted, but also because of how it clears out that smoke, of course. And now Bait will settle for an eco. Great work out of VP.
And USPs to eat up to follow. Medisport are fighting back a little bit in their game against Ents. It's now 9-5. That could still go either way. Crazy 7-3 up in their decider against Heroic 2. I said that we could have a comical situation of perhaps Heroic versus Ents being the lower bracket matchup. I mean, that's still not beyond the realms of possibility somehow. But right now, at least, it's looking a bit more solid on the Ents side. And it looks looking a bit more solid on VP as well. They're going to take nice eco frags, and of course, Flit getting a couple with the UMP. Ooh. That was dirty
nice
from NPL.
Kill there, yeah. Love to see that. Couple clean shots, some surgical precision. No way's a third, right? No way a third. Although, could carry the UMP through. Should have yeah, there we go. All right. But Jame dies as well, So essentially, 3 kills come through there for NPL. That's not a bad return in the eco.
He's forced Jame to die to the bomb there, and with the USP hitting, I think, 3 dinks in total, amounting to 2 kills. Yeah, superb job, honestly, to get some bonus cash, of course. We'll quickly switch back to us and back to the game to sort out the HUD again. And we're back, of course. Sometimes the HUD can be a little bit weird with the coach slot, of course, we've got in play now, with Mia being number 11, of course. It is a bit strange, but that will be fixed in the future. That's obviously a special little plug-in that we've got to have coaches enabled for these qualifiers. Flit.
Oh, Wrinkle's in a really important position. And he just gets stepped on by Mia. A beautiful headshot coming through from the rifler. In the meantime, Flit asking questions over towards ramp. Those questions get answered. Good work out of Captain Kirk. He still has a job to do in the same bomb site right now by himself. Molly's going to force him into the open. A lot of damage done, but unfortunately it's not fatal. Means the A bomb site's been compromised.
Ooh.
But the numbers still remain even.
Touchdown from NPL. Jame and Norbert with 0 utility between them. And that could be the problem. It has to be pure aim duels from VP in this situation. And he'll look for a peek. And he goes for that pure aim duel. And actually, it's Jame to take owner, who's looking to take mid back with NPL. It's a good deep nade. But for the clutch, Jame will swap to the Galil. Surprisingly,
Wow.
I actually thought he would stick with the AWP in this situation, but he wants more maneuverability with the rifle. That is actually genuinely surprising that he'd go to the Galil instead. But he does have the sight to himself.
Yeah, I'm surprised at the confidence and conviction with which Jame has made these decisions. And NPL, he's rooted on the opposite side of the map. I mean, James saw the nade come through from the top of middle from Red Room, waited a couple of seconds, and then just started running straight into A. Reads the situation perfectly. NPL doesn't have a kit either. There is one in his path to the A bomb site, though, and he'll recover it. So that certainly does give him a chance in the retake. But James is deep behind the box right now, so it's going to be very tough for NPL to find this frag.
Yeah, and the time is ticking down so low as well. He may have a smoke, but on low HP, how does he really go about this? He has to run his way in, and Jame will take it comfortably. I guess another reason maybe he goes for that Galil instead is probably there's some information relayed from a teammate that, you know, I've dueled him. He's pretty low. I think Norbert probably would have commed something along the lines of, okay, I've hit him with 2 or 3 bullets. That's why the rifle felt more comfortable. Of course, it means that Jame doesn't have the AWP in the round after, which is probably the main reason I questioned it. But at least he has the AK. And at least VP have won the round. That is the all-important.
Yeah, absolutely. And they shouldn't have a huge challenge in overcoming this next round either. Still is going to be a bit to overcome, though, in terms of the SMGs and upgraded pistols. But VP off to a strong start here. Inferno certainly didn't go the way they or most people would have expected. And they were in control in the half, 7-5 up going into their CT side, but things completely fell apart from there. However, were remedied going into Anubis. Taking it to a third and, well, looking good right now. Looking good. Feeling good. You know, if you look good, you feel good. You play good, Trav. That's the style.
Confidence. All about confidence.
Absolutely, mate.
We've
seen a lot of confidence from a few players on the server as well.
Indeed. And Kenny S once told me that if you don't take the initiative first, if you're playing hesitant, it'll never work out for you. And, on many occasions that can be the case. NPL tries desperately not to play with hesitancy, but Flip bests in with the UMP just as that nade comes flying in. VP should try and take A as well. That is the site that is clear. It will be a relatively quick rotation, and Senfield still has a kit to make their hopes slightly above 0. It should be 4-0.
I appreciate that appropriate assessment. Honest and real, Trav. Shooting straight as you do.
I'm true.
Not as much in Counter-Strike, but on the microphone, yeah.
Thanks. You've never even played with me. That's so rude. Anyway, here comes the damage. Here comes the damage. Man. Hang on a moment. Okay.
No damage.
Never mind.
One kill.
Just 1 kill. That's fine.
1 damage. 1 damage. Okay, bait. I mean, this is where they have to make a mark, right? Lose this, and that's when things start to seriously snowball out of control. Lose this 5-0, anti-eco 6-0 if you aren't able to save any guns, and that's going to be a really tough situation to find yourself in.
Yeah.
AWP for Wrinkle's going to be a massive facet of the defense. I've seen him do huge work with the AWP on this map before, T side and CT side, but CT side in particular. I think there was a game I cast where he had, in CSGO it was, remember to add the context, he had about 24 kills on the half. By the way, Owner does open up in this all-important gun round.
Mia gets his 1. MPL answers back, and it looks like he wants to play with that smoke a little bit more. Once again, VP realised that A is often left open, though, and that's what Fame is doing again, trying to get some deeper map control. That's a lovely reface from Wrinkle, though, and yes, I do remember some of those ridiculous shows of form he has shown on this map, and Ascenthiel is very well aware that Fame could have crept through the entirety of the A site. Good catch. 4 alive for bait. Norbert in a 1 versus 4. With a little bit of utility to spare. And Wrinkle's already got the deep line.
Yeah. I actually went on to find the game for you, Trav.
Go on.
It was against Eyeballers back in August last year. Wrinkle was 36 for 11 in a 16-10 win.
I actually remember you talking to me about that once, I think. That was
Yeah.
so notable.
And on CT side, I was wrong. He was actually 29 for 5 after the first half of the game. So, try to figure that out. 29 kills in 15 rounds.
Yeah, of course.
Died 5 times.
MR, exactly. And MR 15 times, but...
Yes, exactly.
But still, just as impressive, to be honest. Wrinkle's going super aggressive in the following. Looking to maybe get the deep line through the bottom of mid here once this Molotov dissipates. This is actually a lovely angle to hold. Just to be wary of getting peeked from that right corner, but it's actually Jame who wasn't in the know. So Wrinkle could be pushed up, but couldn't react quick enough for Jame just running across the angle. If Jame was walking across that angle or just shifting it, definitely would have been a shot that Wrinkle could have hit.
Yeah, Beta committing quite a lot here to this positional control in towards middle, and it doesn't really harm VP all that much. They're just grouped up outside of ramp right now. Oh, but Wrinkle will actually find an angle on that boost. That was really deep. Jame, I think he just stepped into the scope there. And that's going to be a really important opening kill coming through for the CT side as they look to try and double up their round count here in the 6th.
Yeah, didn't get caught earlier, gets caught this time. Wrinkle gets a second bite at the cherry. And makes it his own. Cynthia will be smoked off, and that means he'll force himself forward with Owner alongside. Actually, a really weird off angle. He's going to get completely punished for it. Stray bullet from Flip through the smoke. Wrinkle needs to step up off the back of it. He does find one more. He's wary of there being a Jaguar flank. But MPL will take down Fame through that smoke, and I believe that's the bomb on the ground as well. It has to be recovered by Mia. Tap will come through, but great damage from Captain Kurtka, and MPL team up once again. Wrinkle wasn't even needed for those last 2 kills. And Bait get an all-important second round. Because of the damage done previously, VP already on an eco.
Yeah, really well worked round coming through there from Bait, just in terms of how they set themselves up and then how they shift themselves afterwards. Good teamwork, good decision making, taking that control in towards Cave when they did as well. VP didn't have many options available for them. They were funneled and taken down. Now they will have to eco, as you say.
Cynthiel starting off against Flip. Snorbert taking some damage running through that fire, but I think they know what's up with that one. They're going to try and double peek it, but with nothing to face with, they will have their faces put to the floor. So, you often ask me this question. What's the base minimum for a team? What do you think Bait need on their CT side on Ancient against a very, very strong Ancient team?
Well, I was pretty impressed by Bait's T side on Inferno. A lot less so on Anubis. Considering they've got that more recent player joining the team in terms of its Cynthiel, I don't know. I'm going to go with 5. I'm going to put the number at 5 as the bare minimum for Bait. I think Ancient has become a map that you can get a lot of work done on the T side, and I remember it being a good half for them in general. So I'm going to go with 5, Trav. Where are you at?
Yeah, I think 5 is also a must. They get 4 on Anubis, and that certainly wasn't enough, but I don't think it would have been enough even with 5 or 6, so yeah, we'll have to see. At least in a really important round to take, in a tough situation in that 3v3, especially after Owner and Essential got taken down for free on that execute from VP. They've answered back. Got a free round off the back of those pistols. And some money to work off the back of now as well. Wrinkle is staying very, very mobile, which is great to see from him too.
Yeah, that's what he's about. Their CT side is heavily reliant on Wrinkle dictating where he wants to play and the moves he wants to make. NPL trying to take the bait a little bit, but it also does put VP on notice. So it's not like Wrinkle will catch him off guard from that position. In fact, it's enough to completely force VP towards the opposite side of the map, and they're moving with pace right now as well. There are 2 players here for Bait, and they're in 4 positions of their own. It's going to be a massive skirmish towards ramp. They're trying to get back to a position of safety. A couple of things will come through from Essential. Owner, he mops up with the triple of his own. Great work there, capitalizing on the damage done by his teammate.
Yeah, so much done by Essential, and a great triple, or double swing I should say, in the end from Bait, and they close it out thanks to Wrinkle. That was super nice. And the Wrinkle there, I'm not sure if that was necessarily what he wanted, but actually switches to the AK as he's got so much cash for the AWP. That is a bit bold, but we're getting toward the end of the half, so you know, why not? If you want the AK and the instant headshot capability, that's fair. But yeah, you're absolutely right. So much damage done by Essential, and Owner in the end had a chance to own them, and he did.
I've actually been really impressed by what I've seen out of Essential so far. You mentioned he's played, what, 11 maps for Bait so far. Rating doesn't do him justice, but he's been in some tough positions, and he's provided what they've needed out of him most of the time.
Yeah, I mean,
you'd imagine only with experience it's going to get better. He's being tested by some of the best in the world right now, Trav.
Yeah, and some of the most mentally taxing opponents to go up against as well in these late executes and long games. Again, of course, he doesn't get any kills in that round, but he did about 175 damage or more. Made it free for Owner. The third was the especially important one for Owner. Holding down mouse 1, taking the triple nicely. A bit is Owner, who has a slight issue right now, as he is the only one not to have purchased up yet, but he is spinning his knife, so I'm sure this tech pause will be finished soon, and there we go, he is back. VP have enough cash for the Tech 9 utility buy, which is the bane of many an opponent of theirs. So Bait need to be careful not to fall foul of previous mistakes in this series we've already seen.
Yeah, and I think it was less at the disposal of VP in the round they were able to win on Anubis compared to what they have right now. Either way, as you say, they have to make sure they get across the line here against the Pistols. VP have quite a lot to work with. It's going to be a massive execute in towards that A-bomb site. Smoke is going to block off the vision of... well, they've actually got 5 smokes, Trav. They've got all the smokes in the world. How many are using for the executes is the question, because looks like they're going to have 4 smokes at their disposal going into a potential post plant here, and that's going to buy them a huge amount of time.
Norbert trying to leap his way in to bait for his teammates Tech 9, but they deal with that nicely. Of course, the plant can come through, but now just 3 players remaining. Needs to be some ridiculous Tech 9 shots. Hit! I say that, and that's when Flick comes lurking in. Free AK to be picked up, and somehow he's trying to phase that smoke back onto the side, but NPL stops both. Now it's just Mia. That was a great attempt from Flit. They do have kits, so they don't need to rush this one. Find him and remove him, and there he is. Found by Owner. Great chance for Flit, but if he got that third with the AK, of course, that's when we could have really got excited for that one.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that was a really good attempt from him. Those 2 quick kills come through. He couldn't find the third. He was actually really close with his initial shots through the smoke. And I thought he made a perfect decision by just trying to slink his way through the smoke there. But unfortunately for him, NPL, his radar was on point. Hits the shots through the smoke, and Bait will win against the eco. Quite an expensive one, a bomb plant and 2 kills. But they've got the lead here, and all of their rounds have come consecutively as well.
Another great performance from NPL, it has to be said. Again, reminder for those of you joining who may not know, I do believe he's the IGL for this team, at only 18 years of age, of course. That now the experience trying to work out for him, but Essential will get a move removed from Norbert straight away in the following round. Quick execute from VP. I mentioned that they don't turn the pace up too often, but this time Norbert presses W, and it might be enough to take a 5th round.
Yeah, should be. Oh, I was going to say, imagine he was able to get the wallbang kill on Fame just by shooting at Mia. Fame's been tagged down here. I mean, Fame's still asking questions, but surely no way back into this retake, right? I think they're just making sure they lock these players in right now. Flip plays the phase, and that will get VP back on level playing field here, 5-all. Norbert shouldn't get out with his life intact. Fame won't either.
This is, I really love this from Bait. This is exactly the right thing to do. You've got so much cash.
Oh.
You've got so much cash. Force VP forward and play aggressive exits. They do, and it means that Fame only has a Galil for the following round. I know there's only 2 rounds left in the half anyway, but still, that is absolutely the right thing to do when if you're Bait, when you have that much economy available to you.
Alright, well, what a game we have here as the decider. Both these teams desperate to avoid the wrath of the lower bracket, especially with how stacked this qualifier is. Any game in that lower bracket is going to be a massive challenge. Flitz got through the smoke. He doesn't spot the Santhiel above the flames, though. Sort of a throwback to CSGO, how the Incendiary could sometimes provide a bit of a one-way there.
Yeah. And even now, like, Molotovs and Incendiaries can be very, very hard to see through on their own, even without smoke play. Flames are tall. This time, with the help of that little angle for a Senthiel, they do get a 5v4, though. Wrinkle has a full sight line from Jaguar down lane. Confident in going for those, of course, and he's just hidden. I say just hidden from Mia. Has he been spotted by Mia? Oh, that is very tight. They do have utility to flash and smoke Wrinkle off, but NPL is going aggressive towards Mia's position. Timing is horrible for Mia. He just switches off the line as NPL swings, and Wrinkle takes his kill as well. 5v2 out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's the aggression for Bait. It's the initiative that's being taken by the CT side, which is working so well for them. They're not giving VP anything for free. They're contesting them at the B ramp double doors, contesting them at the bottom of middle. Hell, they're even making moves in towards A main right now. They've got the entire map under their control, and they know, obviously, VP style, they're not going for this one, so they want to try and get some extra kills. Just constricting this T side as much as possible. Oh, man, Trav. Are VP going to get away with any weaponry here? That's the question. They now know where Jame is positioned. Fighting tooth and nail to keep their guns in play. Looks like they will be afforded that luxury. At least no! Wrinkle gets the kill at the last second, and Jame... Oh man, he's going to rue that one.
That is... We all know, I mean, I don't think there's a single Counter-Strike fan on Earth right now who is in tune with the professional scene that doesn't know about Jame time. We know they love that, but I'm telling you right now, that is sometimes what you can expose with them. The T-side save when they're low econ, when Bait have plenty of econ themselves. Last round of the half, Jame, $500, all he can buy is utility. That's what you should be doing against VP. Suffocate that money. And now they're left with a Mac 10. Jame, of course, no armor because he couldn't even afford Kevlar. And Flit, Fame, and Mia trying to be the main points of attack in this round. Of course, utility incredibly limited as well. Bait have a fantastic opportunity at a 7-5 in this third map decider.
Yeah, they really do, Trav. They've worked super hard to get to this position as well, because remember, they started off 0-4. 1-5 in a row, lost a round, and then straight back to winning ways. Some prolific form on display right now from the Ukrainian outfit. Now they just have to deal with the force buy to get themselves up to 7 and take a decent lead into the T side. Oda in position, double kill, both of them get lined up. Surely he's not going to add a third. Gets incredibly close. Unfortunately, the timing's against him as he pulls the nade out. Essential's in some trouble as well. The maneuverability of the Mac 10 proves too hot to handle. And we just flip this back into an even 3 versus 3.
A bit of a show there of Essential, how good he can be, but also his inexperience in that situation. Caught in the middle of nowhere, in no man's land. Jame should hold for Captain Kirk, but gets removed, of course. That no armor proving to be a problem. And now it's down to Mia. How does he position himself? He's won a 1v2 on Anubis in this series already. And he's phasing behind the back of the site. There's going to be a hold of the defuse zone. Surely Mia won't get there in time. NPL just holding it. And that is how Bait get a small lead on Ancient. What a competitive third map this has been. Great to watch. We'll see who comes out on top after a quick break. One more half in this best of 3. Who continues in the upper bracket? Who gets dropped down to the lower? So far, Bait have played brilliantly today, and they're looking to do more on this T-pistol. Another fast one. They go for fast mid. That translates into fast B. And Flip will respond to at least make it a 3 versus 3. But there's a tasty tap from Wrinkle on the P250. He makes it at least a 1-for-1. Jame wasn't expecting Captain Kurtka so close. So it's Flip with the smoke kit in a 1v2.
Yeah, can he make it happen is the question, and start VP off in successful fashion here. He's got the smoke to play with as well. So he could just get really cheeky with it and stick with the fuse inside the smoke. It's exactly what he's going to go for. It looks like they're going to try and get the knife on the smoke. Oda's rattling off the shots right now. Oh, it's not going to happen. His teammate doesn't even step out at all. And it works out perfectly for Flitz as he robs the round off of his opponent.
That was... When you see him lurking on the flank like that, knowing the bomb is planted safe from cave as well and not open... It just reeks of that smoke diffuse, and Flit knew exactly the right thing to do. Bait didn't react immediately, as you say, with both players. And that could be another big round that switches the momentum. Of course, we saw the switch of momentum happen a number of times on Inferno. With Bait pulling off an unlikely win. This would be just as unlikely to take Ancient. It's the 2 super strong maps for VP. But of course, we see these rounds won almost as much as the CTs win them. The T forced by after the bomb plant on the pistol. There's going to be 2 Galils. Make that 3. And an AK in play with a Senthiel sacrificing himself on the Deagle with utility. A hit back can be coming.
Okay, well, proceed with caution here, Virtus.pro. As you say, there is a lot at Bait's disposal. And they're just working as a unit right now. It's a fake over towards B because Owner's just charged straight through, but he's cannon fodder. And, I mean, it's not like he's achieved anything because Mia's still rooted in position. He's got support here from his teammates as well. Fame will be the first to go down, but that's okay. It's just the one casualty on the CT side. Jame realized it was a fake, and he very quickly shifted across. The NPL through the smoke will find a frag, but he should get traded straight out, and he certainly does. VP able to weather that particular storm.
Yeah, nice try from NPL. He's up to 19 and 6 in this game, it has to be said. But, yeah, too much on that equation. And I think Bait must be probably a little bit frustrated that they give up a life pretty much for free with Owner rushing in toward B like that. And they go quick in toward A. But there is still so much work to do. So much defense to fight their way through in Donut and from CT. So VP make that one look good. A nice 1D from Owner though to immediately answer back, but the nade will follow up from Mia and take him out the round. Good flash for Flit. He'll find himself one more. Now VP should be about to retake the lead again.
Oh man, I mean, it fell apart for Bait on their T side of Anubis, right, Trav? They were up 7-5 going into their T side, and they weren't able to get a whole lot done from there. Excuse me, was it a 7-5 half in favor of VP in that first half?
It was 7-5 on I think it was 7-5 on Inferno. It was 8-4 to VP.
8-4, right? That's
Anubis.
Right. Yeah. But then Bait just couldn't get much done at all on their T side, right?
Yeah.
And it's looking fairly bleak from the get-go. Obviously, haven't had a gun round yet here in the second half, so not going to draw any conclusions just yet. But
yeah, I just double checked. 7-5 and 8-4, both to VP in these 2 maps. Bait, of course, having an 8-2 T half on Inferno to make that upset happen with insane rounds and a particularly outrageous one from Wrinkle. But yeah, comfortable for VP on Anubis. And now Ancient is ever so slightly back in their favour again. How much does NPL have in the Ancient playbook? Of course, only 18 and the leader for this very young roster. Jame already will take down his counterparts, and Flip will help out toward a Senthiel. Is this where they streak clear again?
Oh man, it's looking likely. Phenomenal start. I mean, Bait looking to try and impose themselves at the start of the round, but VP also making moves on their CT side, and it works out really well. However, NPL looks like he might have found a way back into the round here. Great opening kill on Norbert, and he's got flipped low here in towards Cave as well. That's his 20th kill. Great work out of NPL, but he certainly can't afford to clock out just yet. Teammates finally going to arrive on the scene. The cavalry's come through. The bomb plot's going to follow suit. And Bait have to make it work in the post plant.
Yeah, I was going to say that Molotov will surely remove Flit. It was one tick either way, whatever stage of the molly. And he does get removed by the fire and flames. But the flank from Mir is quick. Captain Gutka goes to check it. Mir's reaction is good. And he doesn't take much damage for his troubles either. Still 2 kits in play. Ono and NPL are in a bit of trouble. Jump spotting from Mir, spotted out by NPL. How does he isolate these fights? It's going to be so tough for him. He somehow falls back toward the back of the site, but takes the tag to the molly, and there goes Ona. He can't get anything done himself. And the defuse will come through. Kit is on the bomb safely. VP find their 9th, but not without struggle again.
Yeah, and I guess the bomb plant coupled with the round loss bonus here for Bait means they will be able to afford another buy, so at least they'll have weapons coming into the next round here, but they're yet to get off the mark on their T side, and that's a problem. NPL does well in the previous round to get them back in the conversation, and he's played very well on Ancient so far. In fact, throughout the whole series. Took the initiative there, realized he had to make a play to try and get his team back into the round. Walks up ramp, clean headshot there on the first. Then they get the molly kill on the player in Cave. It's looking good, but VP still just able to force their way through, and now just 4 rounds away from keeping themselves in this upper bracket. Quick update on some other games that are going on here in the European close qualifier for Dallas. Apex vs Koi, tie in the 3rd map there at the half. Heroic vs Preezy is on match point in favor of Heroic. Is it going to be OT, or was Preezy going to get dropped down to the lower? And then Ents have successfully overcome Metasport 13-5 on that 3rd.
Yeah, that was a lead for Preezy, just like we mentioned that Heroic had a lead, 9-3, and lost 10 rounds in a row to lose map 2. Preezy are up 9-3 themselves and haven't been able to convert anything yet. They're going to have to play for overtime to recover that one. Wrinkle with the AK this time. I think we'll take a dink through his doubles against Flit. And Norbert will shoulder peek out the rest of the Bait members on the ramp. It's going to be tough for them to entry in here. Even with that opening kill, there's still 2 players on the site to find, but they're just going to absolutely wipe it out. Wow. And now they know that Fame is CT as well. That's actually not what I expected. 2 kills quickly in, and then still 2 players on the site to find. Usually, that catches a T-side off guard, but not this time. This is going to be a clean one for Bait.
Yeah, very, very successful. They're quite happy to play that numbers-based approach, right? And despite the fact that they were pushing into as many players as they were, still very successful in their pursuit of that B bomb side. Fame just looking to try and save his AK. There will be an investment in the next round out of VP, but Bait finally able to get one up on the team side. Oh, Wrinkle, is he going to step out here and catch Fame? There's no way Fame's expecting one from T-Spawn. But how many kills does he get before he eventually loses his life? Maybe the answer is he does not lose his life, and he gets 4 in the process. That's a lot of economic damage.
Yeah, just how we mentioned, of course, that Bait were doing it to VP in the first half on a few occasions. Having the econ to limit their opponent's money. Well, this one's even more impactful. Only 1 player survives in the end. Fame does superb work there. Of course, it means that the only downside is an Essential Galil. And Wrinkle, of course, without any utility. But still, long term, that has a lot of impact. We'll be walking A pretty quickly off the back of this, though, for Bait. Again, 1 round the gap. 2 in Donut to worry about. They've entered the Donut player once or twice already. They're going to try and do the same again. NPL goes for it, but Fame this time stands tall. And he's got Mir in support. It's a beautiful double Donut hold. And Norbert will deal with the last. VP are first to double digits.
What makes it a disaster is how many kills Fame gets at the end of the previous round, because now look at the money for Bait. If he only just gets 1 or 2 there, they probably still have enough to buy here. But because of all that economic damage inflicted, they're down to pots and pans in this next round. Huge impact from those Exa kills. And then they lose the round straight afterwards, and it's down to an eco. VP looking really good here in this match now to keep themselves in the upper bracket and condemn Bait to the lower.
Yeah, they finally put the opening nail in Bait. It's been a superb performance from Bait today so far, to be honest with you. Really fought well. But if they can deal with the deco, I get the impression that could be a bit too much for Bait to recover on T-side Ancient. We shall see. Mentioned Heroic that we're on match point, by the way. They've just squeaked it against Preezy,
Wow.
13-11.
Okay.
They were 9-3 down after a 9-3 T-side for Preezy. But Heroic answer back with a 10-2 T off of their own to take it in regulation.
Okay.
So
that then confirms for you and I, who will be casting a bit later,
yes.
at least one of the two teams. Actually, no, we have our full game, right?
We have both, yeah. It's going to be Preezy versus Metasport in our later game, in our lower bracket matchup later on this stream. So make sure to stay tuned for that one. Stay tuned to this round, because the Deagles can still do big damage. There they go. Essential and Wrinkle get a couple, but now it's all down to Owner. He knows that Mira's still in there, but he's just waiting the clock for his teammates. Rotation to come through. And that's a lovely shot on Mir, still somehow isolating these fights despite crossing the CT angle there. Molotov won't spread to him just yet either. Slight tag, oh no, he's still locked in that corner. Smoke isn't fantastic. Owen only 19 HP though, he hits one more bullet, but not to be. Super nice try. But VP once again squeak a retake and reach 11-8.
Yeah, I genuinely thought that there might have been a chance there for Owner, because he gets a nice shot on the player in towards Donut, and then as he swings back towards Temple, he sees both the players in CT. So he has the information as to where the remaining players are coming through from, and I thought there might be a world in which he gets a few more clean shots to finish off the job. Anyway, VP up to 11, 2 more from finishing off this match. Can Bait keep themselves in the contest? It's essential that they win this next round.
There you go. If I get one, you get one too. It's only fair.
Yeah, right, it has to be. Good for the goose is good for the gander.
Oh dear. It's all or nothing now for Bait. You always feel like you have a chance when your opponents are on 11, of course, still 2 from victory. The gap is only 3. On 12, you always feel like it's a little bit more within reach. But they're locked out of B lane right now. Look at the control VP have. And when a CT side gets control like this, with the B doors smoked off and full vision either side, very often it's very hard to retake it if you're the offense.
Good useful usage coming through from Bait right now to negate any forward positions taken by VP, force them backwards. And yeah, also maintaining his forward position in Jaguar with good effect as well. 2 kills coming through from him. Kind of dispels the attack here, because the bomb carrier now has to shift his position, but thankfully he is able to get himself out safely. However, Jame will inflict some damage. Good kill. 2v3.
Yeah, from Red Room as well. Yeah, always peeking off his teammates' contact, realizing when he has the best opportunity to pounce. And Norbert is also in the best position here for this. Owner creeping forward. He has the bomb. He's disconnected from his teammate. He's about to get caught in the side. There goes the bomb. Wrinkle lurking in with the AWP. Knows he's got Norbert locked in the corner, and he hits a nice shot. But now it would be a full clutch required. 2 more to find. Bomb will just go down in time, but actually goes for a fake first. That will surely catch him off guard here. 4 seconds. It's the wrong decision from Wrinkle. Doesn't commit to himself. Doesn't back himself to go for the plant behind the pillar. And he'll have to save his AWP.
Feels like a bit of a cop-out. That feels like a bit of a pity, in all honesty.
Agree. Obviously, he's not to know if there's a player close in cave, just to ruin the dream, but still.
I mean, you're guaranteed to lose the round if you don't go for the plants. Because you're not going to get both of those kills with faking one out. You didn't have enough time there to fake it out, get the kill, and then plant afterwards. So, felt like one of those situations you just had to gamble and go for the bomb plants. Anyway, at least he'll carry the AWP through. Wouldn't have had the sniper rifle otherwise. 12-8. Bait. They need 4 in a row from yet to force overtime. They've only won a single round on their T side so far, Trav. That's a problem. VP are up 7 in the second half.
Yeah. I was feeling it there for Wrinkle, but as soon as I saw a fake plant at 8 seconds, I was like, this ain't happening.
Yeah.
After what he did on Inferno, it makes you feel like he can do anything. That ace is one you might be seeing on the highlight reel later. But a highlight clip is nothing without a BO3 victory, and now VP have multiple chances at it. He tries to go aggressive in mid for the following round, but look at the amount of damage he takes to the molly. Has to fall back away, but Jame takes a lot of damage in response from Essential, so even Stevens pretty much.
Yeah, both AWPers tagged down, as you say, levels out the playing field, but obviously Bait have no room for error. Have been able to get some decent control. Essential in towards Jaguar. And they've got Ono who's watching, it's Wrinkle watching ramp. Player bottom middle, player outside A main, just pretty standard default coming through from T side right now, looking to see what they can accomplish and what options open up later on in the round.
Oh, little gap. Does Norbert jiggle peek it a little bit too wide? Not something I expect to see him do. And he won't. Bomb still in spawn, by the way, with 45 seconds. That is concerning. You'd have to expect it would be Wrinkle to go back and collect that, and that's exactly what will be happening. But again, the time on the clock is the worry here for me for Bait. Mir in a good position toward bottom mid. Once again steps up for 1 and 2. 21 kills in the game for Mir. Stepping up when necessary. 3v5 for Bait to stay alive. And Fame will once again get an important kill. Captain Kutko is forced forward to try and keep his teammate alive. And he manages that to at least get 2 kills. But the bomb plot's been denied. Captain Kutko's on a bit of a run here. He needs a quad kill ace, but Norbert's creeping in again. Does he realise it's Donut? It's a great attempt from Captain Kurtko, and Norbert's going to reveal his position from Donut. And I think he knows he's got him locked in toward that right corner. That smoke gives him more space to play with, of course, and Norbert can jiggle, peek, jump the little edge of that smoke, and hasn't seen across toward the left as he would look. Oh, it's so nervy right now. Can Captain Kurtka keep his team alive? Norbert is waiting so patiently. He's got a kit. He knows he can do it. But Captain Kurtka's done it. And Bait are somehow still in this series.
Yeah, what a huge round coming through from Captain Kurtka there to save the day. I love how he positions himself there as well, tucked in behind default. He knows that when Norbert comes through from Donuts, he's definitely going to be hard swinging that right corner. So he's waiting for that audio cue, waiting for the step. Norbert not nearly looking in Captain Kurtka's direction, and that means it's an easy frag in the 1v1 to complete the clutch and keep his team alive. Not only that, they've now sent VP into eco territory, Trav, so Bait, I mean, they're essentially, what, 1 gun round away from overtime. Oh, yeah, that's some things.
Can't believe it, right? I mean, can't be understated how impactful that was from Captain Kurtko. Ignore the actual clutch part. The fact he charges in to what he knows is 2 players in Donut, gets both trying to protect his teammate. It's not a success, but he still runs back and gets the plant. Wow. Impressive stuff. I mentioned the NPL IGLs these days. Captain Kurtka left to do some more of the fragging, and that is some time to step up for him. Nice little dink from the CZ for Mir. Let's put Owner on notice. These rounds are losable for Bait. They have to be careful.
Yeah, the game goes on, though. Jame in a phenomenal position will find the first frag. That does give Bait information. Okay, we now know the 1 gun that VP have. Well, I guess they don't know for a certainty it's just the 1 gun.
Oh, no.
And Flitz has found the Galil that was dropped by the frag coming through from Jame. He's gotten another. He doesn't have armor. Only Jame does. And he has shifted away from the B site. Norbert's there with only a P250. This is still okay for Bait. It's not the end of the world, but the rotations are coming through thick and fast from the CT side. Flitz gotten another with the Galil. Please, Captain Kurtka's heroics in the previous round can't all be for nothing.
Oh, he gets 1 more, but now he's down to 29, and Jame has the line with the AWP. It's Wrinkle 1v4 with 14 seconds! Oh! There's a collateral! That certainly gives him more time to work with. It's Cave, and behind the start he has to worry about, and Norbert has missed a big shot. Does he check Cave properly? Oh, I was feeling it, but not to be for Bait. Fantastic attempt from them in this series, but VP will stay alive in the upper bracket.
Yeah, and as a result, they will have to drop down to the lower bracket. Will Bait, what a game. I mean, they tried, they fought hard, they gave it their everything, and unfortunately their efforts were in vain. I mean, it was always a really tough draw for Bait coming into it, having to play up against the higher seed in the qualifier. But yeah, they gave it a good shot, and it's a result, I suppose, that will be disappointing right now, but bitter for them, but still a performance to be proud of.
Absolutely.